The Master is designed to be able to closely emulate the cockpit and systems, weapons, etc. of whichever aircraft your country is already operating, and be configured to mimic and operate like the parent jets they're working up to. Thus making it very easy for student jet pilots to train and fly it. And then cross over to the bigger machines with a lot of commonality in their systems procedures. I'm not sure how well the Russians and their Yak-130 Mitten still stacks up directly with its once twin sister aircraft, the M346 Master, as I've not kept up with or researched it recently. But it was once an excellent example of how even a Russian jet exactly the same as those of potentially Western ones can still be, operationally, quite different, even when they start life absolutely identical to begin with. Israel is now also running both the M346 Master and their own F-35I, and giving each their own uniquely homegrown further upgrades as well. Air Force's Monthly recently covered this in an article if you're curious for more details. To sum up, virtually every machine they have is already well outdated, at least in technologies, even if not necessarily outclassed in base concept or flight performance, and would be unlikely to survive long in a true VLO engagement. Barely enough to know which particular and plentiful outrage of the Western BVR, stealthy engagement for BVR options, hits them. If they do survive to get closer and engage, then yes, a good Sukhoi pilot may certainly get lucky enough to get into a dogfight with any Western machine and own it. I don't doubt one bit the lethality of a Sukhoi fighter in its best position to give its all. But mostly it's increasingly less likely they'll get much chance of obtaining that excellent position and chance, and thus working in that arena where they really shine. And it's not even a case of this just being a Russian-made concern. Many countries have excellent jets that are in the same arena and considerations. This is just the nature of a huge tech gap capability. Not a criticism of the many aircraft against another, peer-level equivalent from a different country. They can all do superb work when in their element and deployed with the right weapons, tactics, and in their best strategic envelope. But it's true the Felon would likely not fare as well at BVR ranges against an F-22 or F-35. The truth is it just isn't that stealthy, and even Sukhoi's own RCS data for their machine shows this. So it was kind of empty and pointless arms race posturing from the Russians to claim it 5th gen or stealthy in the first place. Almost as bad embarrassing as Iran's claims about their own F-131 Conqueror stealth fighter. That one was a mock-up only, like Russia's Su-75 checkmate concept. Both are still non-existent vaporware. That will also be likely obsolete by the time they get any operationally safe and tested units fielded. And thus we've come full circle, yet again. It's just desperate posturing by the Russian military.